It is time to go, get up, and just do it. Let me know. Drop some ones down below if you guys could hear the audio. Hopefully, restart it. I got it going back good again. Blev Believes is in the building. I see you, brother. It's good to see you. Let's go. I love it. I love it. Got the dream team tapped in, fired up. Fran, I see you, girl. What's up? Awesome, awesome. So I've got a great topic for everybody today. We're going to be diving. Honestly, it's going to piggyback great on this morning's topic that we got today is the sense of urgency. That was this morning. Today, we're going to be going over how to overcome procrastination, how to let go of the laziness and really step in to go ahead and start moving the needle forward right here, right now, today. So let's go ahead and get into it, family. Before we dive into the topic, as always, let's go ahead and start off the day with a little bit of gratitude, right? There's no way to go ahead and be grateful and hateful at the same time. Trust me, there's a method to the madness. There's a reason why we go ahead and drop our 10 blessings every day. We're really getting deep into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So family, I'm grateful for God. I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for the dream team. I'm so grateful for all of the leaders stepping into themselves and really leading by example to allow others to see that it is possible as well. So understand that the work that you're doing does not go unnoticed, right? I'm so grateful for all the abundance that is flowing to and through each and every one of us. I'm grateful for my little dog, Buddy. I'm grateful for every single one of you. So let's go ahead and get into it for today. And if you guys have been consistent, let me know what day you guys are on as well. Day 204 of really getting down the feeling. So listen, we are going for 365, leading the way. So I'm right there with you, family, along this journey. So let's get to it. You ready? All right, so today's topic is how to overcome procrastination and laziness, right? And I'm going to give you guys 4 action steps, right? I love information, I love knowledge, but my goal with every one of you is to leave you with something every day to be able to take action, right? Knowledge is great, but I want you to be able to implement things tactically as we get off these calls. So when we reconnect, we can go ahead and catch up and evaluate how it is that some of these actions went, right? So number one, the first of the 4 steps to really overcome these procrastination and laziness thoughts, ready, is asking yourself this question: what can I start? Okay, go ahead and put that down below. And this is why even this morning he was talking about sense of urgency. Now, many of you've heard me talk about what it is that I believe is the 2 big separators for 1%ers, right? For real successful individuals, number 1 is belief. Number 2 is sense of urgency. I literally talked about that this week. So it's so funny that he just did a whole training going over that exact topic. So that was great. But that's big, right? Number 1 is what can we start? What is one thing that we might have been putting off that we can go ahead and dive directly into that we might have been fearful to do for the past couple of days, the past couple of weeks? Could be making that video, could be getting the e-commerce store going, could be putting some ads out, could be testing out some different products. It could be calling your chicken list, right? Could be setting up that event over there in your city. I don't know what that is for you, but I highly encourage you to really go deep on these questions because there's a lot of power in taking the time to answer these. Ready? So number 1 is what can I start? Number 2 is going to be what? Shane Talina in the building. What's happening? It's good to see you. What can I stop? Okay, so we have what can I start? What can I stop? Sean talks about it a lot, right? We have what's called distraction, but you see it's only a distraction unless we have traction on other things. So this is big. So for a lot of us, there's all things, even for myself included, that we can go ahead and stop, drop the weight, put it down, because here's the thing. Energy spent on one area is energy taken away from energy spent on something else, right? So whatever it is, it could be scrolling, hanging out with the wrong influence, right? I don't know what it is for each and every one of us is different, but at the end of the day, there's that space, because when you realize how much can truly be getting done, everything starts to shift. I'll give you an example, even for myself. When I started to get around real high achievers, when I started to go to events, when I started to go to the masterminds, when I started to really spend time around them, I started going from not knowing what to do with my day, having so much time I didn't know what to do with, to now asking myself, how can I get more time? There's not enough time in the day to do all of these things, right? between the morning rituals, between trading or e-commerce or building your brand, whatever that might be, building your list, expanding your network, right? Putting out content, studying new information, calling mentors and asking questions, putting out that series, putting out that podcast. There's so much that we can really be doing that when we really take the time to sit and be quiet and understand whatever it is that we can drop right now and go ahead and add in something new. Because here's the difference, right? I'll give you an example. For people that want to stop something, this is so important, right? I realize this even with something like smoking cigarettes, okay? Somebody that smokes cigarettes, in order for them to quit, in order for them to stop, you cannot just stop and take away something, right? Because here's what happens. That gap always needs to be filled. So when somebody stops smoking cigarettes, there's something that needs to be go ahead and put in place instead of smoking cigarettes. That's how you fill the void. So it could be the same thing like eating junk food, right? We could be able to stop eating junk food, but now what are we going to replace that with? What's the substitute going to be? Is it going to be something a little bit sweeter, right? Maybe like some fruits, maybe like a shake or a smoothie. This is how we can really start to figure out what it is that we can what is that we can do less of and what it is that we can start to do. I'm gonna go into these last two questions. Okay. Number three is, what can I do less of? Okay. So we have, what can I stop? Number three is, what can I do less of? Right. For all of us, it's the same idea. There's time that we're spending on some things that when you really sit down and figure out, if I could put that into an income producing activity in IPA, that's when things start to really change. For myself, when I understood the T chart, we have an active list and we have a productive list. The active is great, right? The meditation, the Zoom calls, right? All of these different things, but some of them, they produce money, just not indirectly. But IPA's income producing activities, actually throwing the event, doing 3-ways, reaching out to individuals, starting to list products on your store, going and making your live trading account. All of these are income producing activities. Okay. But in order to be able to know what we need to add on, we first need to know, what do we have to do less of? What's taking up our time that we can really spend that more efficiently and effectively? And the last question, last but not least, number 4, is going off exactly number 3. What can I not do less of, but what can we now do more of? You see, at the end of every week, there's a reason why we always ask the 3 questions. What did I do well? What can I do better? And what talent, skill, or resource can we go ahead and add or focus into this week to go ahead and really start advancing ourselves forward? And that's exactly where this piece comes in. Because for a lot of us, there's so much money we're leaving on the table from a couple of different things that we could be scared of doing, right? Even for content, worrying about other individuals' opinions, worrying about what they're going to say when we step into our truth, when we really use our voice. You realize Instagram Reels is paying out. You realize Facebook Reels are paying out. You realize YouTube Shorts are paying out. That content, just us being able to give value, that can pay half of somebody's rent. That can pay utility bills, right? As you really start to put ourselves out there. Even TikTok Live, Deanne's made over $140, roughly, doing TikTok Lives, right? I believe. So this is the power of really starting to analyze, what can we start? What can we stop? What can we do more of? And what can we go ahead and do less of? These are 4 questions I'm consistently asking myself over different quarters, over the weeks, to really get an evaluation done. Because all of us, right? All of us, it's important to do evaluations on our lives. Because at the end of the day, there's no great company, there's no great successful individual that doesn't audit what it is that they're doing, that doesn't track their success. And this is keys that I've just learned being surrounded in the industry, getting around success at a very high level and studying it very intently, right? You see this training, this comes from Brian Tracy, right? This is one of Brian Tracy's success models. If you don't know who that is, go ahead and write him in your notes, put him in your repertoire. This is one of the biggest goats of the industry who's had a ton of success, a lot of wisdom, but most importantly, he has the experience, right? So super excited. I'm ready to go ahead and see what is to come coming into the end of this week, wrapping up the weekend, and implementing this to really wrap up the month of February, because February March and April, family, these are some of the biggest months of the year. This is where some of the biggest, most massive momentum comes from. This is why Orlando is called March Madness, because there's so much momentum. There's so much madness that's going to be going down in these next couple months. I'm talking withdrawals, ka-chings, rank ups, traveling, right? For those of you that know, everybody that hits Platinum 150, you now qualify to go out to a trip to Cancun, right? That's the vision for all of us. We're not just doing all of this work for nothing. You see, every day that we apply ourselves, we're getting up early, we're doing the deep work, we're learning these different skill sets. Then by that time, we're going to have ka-chings rolling in, we're going to have withdrawals, we're going to have rank ups, and that's going to be able to pay for our trip to go out and experience this wonderful culture together out there in Cancun. Feel me? This is what I envision, right? Can you guys imagine that? The whole family being able to travel out there, Airbnb, excursions, dinners, right? With some of the top chairmen, being able to get unforgettable memories together. This is what I've realized over the past handful of years. Life is not about how long we live. Life is about a collection of moments and experiences. This is why I love events. This is why if you guys haven't got your Orlando ticket yet, now is a great time to go ahead and get it locked in. Let's start looking at the flights. We can even go ahead and get an Airbnb together, start getting that figured out. But this is what happens when you go to events, when you go to these different experiences. You take away things that you would have never had just sitting at home. So family, understand that everything that we're doing is for a purpose. Everything that we're doing is for a vision, right? We have something excited to wake up every day. And that's the truth. Most people, they don't have anything to wake up excited for every day. That's why they wake up lazy. That's why they procrastinate. That's why they have no sense of urgency, because the vision is not clear enough. So family, the vision is clear. And when you can really start putting it together for yourself, what kind of ka-chings do you want by the time that we're out in Mexico? What kind of withdrawals do you want to see? What rank do you want to be at by that time out in Mexico, out in Orlando, walking the stage at March Madness, right? Let's start to build that picture every day. Feel it, embody it, because it's already done. Time just has to catch up. So family, with that being said, if you got any value from today, smash some threes, smash the like button, and let me tell you, I'm proud of you, I'm grateful for you, and I'm so excited to see all of the abundance continuing to roll in for this month of February. So family, I love you, I appreciate you, I'm so grateful for you, and it is your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. Remember, you can be, do, and have anything that you can hold in your mind. You can hold it right here in your hand. I love you, family. Go out and be great. You already know it is game time. Let's go get to work.